Hey there, it's Coach Tyler here from workoutwarriors.com, and today I wanted to talk about knees and knee pain and going over what I think is one of the best exercises for eliminating knee pain and making your body feel significantly better in the process. Now, before I jump in, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and post them below. I'll try to field those questions at the end. I always get questions about knee pain, and the good news is I'm a little bit of a knee pain specialist, and let me tell you why. About 10 years ago, I was riding a bicycle and a car hit me from the side, and I had a pretty devastating knee injury that involved getting a surgery and not being able to walk for 12 weeks. And afterwards, I started going to the gym, doing traditional exercises, and my knee always hurt. So when I became a personal trainer and started showing people more exercises, I had a real soft spot for people with knee pain because I had experienced so much. Then 5 years later, I ended up destroying my other knee in a gymnastics accident as well. And so I tore my ACL, MCL, LCL, quad, and meniscus all in one shot. And that honestly, to be fully transparent, has been a heck of a journey for me, but it's taught me so much about how to exercise through injuries, when you have ligament injuries, when you have cartilage injuries. And so I'm gonna help you right now. So anybody with knee pain, again, post your questions below. I'm gonna talk to you about the best exercise for knee pain and perhaps why you have knee pain right now. So I'm gonna stand up and show you kind of the #1 reason why people experience knee pain doing traditional exercises, okay? So the first exercise is the squat, and everybody does the squat, right? You're sitting down and you're standing back up. The #1 reason why people get knee pain in the squat is because their knee caves inward like this, okay? So let me show you that one more time. Their knee caves inward like this while they squat. So if you're squatting, people will do this and they'll stand back up like that. And the femur is a hinge joint, right? So it's supposed to go forward and backwards like this. It's built to have a little bit of play from side to side, but if you move too far to one side or the other, you're gonna put an impingement on either the outside or the inside of the knee. So the most important thing for you to do when you squat or when you do any lower body exercise, walking, running, squatting, lunging, kettlebell swings, deadlifts, doesn't matter, standing up from a chair, is to make sure that your knee is in alignment with your toe. So what this should look like is if you look down at your femur, your thigh bone, it should go straight down and across, and then when you come out, your femur should be pointing right in the middle of your foot, between your second toe and your third toe. So that means that's keeping your femur in alignment with your knee, keeping it a hinge joint. And the moment you look down and your femur, for example, is facing a different direction, like is in the example right here, where one hand is going like this for the femur and the other hand is going like this for the toe, that's when you create a misalignment, which can cause a lot of issues. So let me teach you the exercise that I think is a really amazing exercise for this. It's called a one-legged drinking bird, and I'm gonna show you a simple variation all the way to a difficult variation, so no matter who you are, how inexperienced you are, how old you are, how much injury you have, you'll be able to do this, okay? So to start out with, the first variation is just learning how to stand on one foot, okay? So what you wanna do there is start with the foot down here. So spread your toes as wide as you can. I kind of have monkey feet because I've been working on this for a long time. And then grip the ground with your toes. And what this will do is, take a good look at my other foot right here. I'm spreading the toes and I'm gonna grip the ground. When I do that, you see this nice arch in my foot? Flat-footed people tend to have a knee collapse because when the foot collapses like this, the knee collapses in the chain, right? So foot collapses, knee collapses. So you wanna do foot first. Spread the toes, grip the ground with the toes, okay? Coming back up, you've got your foot set. Now all you're gonna do is lock this leg, squeeze this thigh muscle, squeeze this butt muscle back here as hard as you possibly can, and then slowly lift your knee off the ground. Make sure it's available to catch you if you feel like you're gonna fall, but lift your knee, put your hands on your hips, and balance your hips in the middle. So if your hips are real high like this, push them back down. If they're twisted forward or twisted backwards, try to bring them into middle. The way I try to visualize it or tell my clients is, imagine it's a bowl of water and you're just filling it to the top and you're trying to balance that bowl of water without spilling a single drop right there, okay? So if you do this, hold this for 30 seconds to a minute, and what you should feel is you should feel either your foot getting tired, which tells us you have a weak foot and you need to strengthen it by doing this exercise more, or best case scenario is you feel the muscles of your hip, these hip rotator muscles firing. And what these hip rotator muscles do is they externally rotate the femur, okay? So they're trying to stabilize the knee joint to keep it into alignment with the toe the whole entire time, okay? So the next step in this drill is if you can do a one-legged stance like this and you start to feel your hip burn, then you're ready to move on to the next step. And that is where you go into a hip hinge. So I'm gonna bring a chair here to show this one. So what you're gonna wanna do is, same thing, get your foot set, get your glutes tight, and then straighten your other leg, make sure the pelvis stays balanced. This time you're trying to pour the bowl of water out and put all 10 fingertips on a chair in front of you, okay? Look down at your femur, make sure your leg is going in alignment with your shin, that's going in alignment with your toes, and you should again feel those muscles right there on the outside of that hip are the ones gonna be firing, okay? So hold this position, nice tall to the top of your head, and then over time what you're gonna wanna do is just lift your pinkies, lift your ring finger, lift your middle finger, lift your index finger, and then finally lift your thumbs, and again, balance in this hip hinged position for as long as you can until that external hip rotator muscle starts to burn like crazy, okay? And then from there, what you wanna learn how to do is stand back up to the top position, okay? So once you've done those two drills, once you've learned how to balance on one foot in a standing position and balance on one foot in a hinging position, then you're gonna put the two together and you're gonna do that one-legged drinking bird. So foot on the ground, spread your toes, grip the ground with your toes real tight, hands on your hips, get tall, balance that bowl of water, right? And then come hinging at the hip real slow. This is not a fast movement, as far as you feel comfortable, and then press through your heel of the planted foot and come back to the standing position. And you can just repeat for repetitions, again, until your form starts to fatigue. So this isn't an exercise where you're going for max reps, max speed. This is purely like, I can feel the muscles of my hip starting to get tired, they're fatiguing, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop. And then you wanna switch sides, and you wanna do this drill on the other side. So this is like, I know it's such a simple exercise, but it's so good. It's gonna give you balance, it's gonna give you coordination, it's gonna correct that knee instability of wiggling from side to side, and it's gonna help make your knees feel significantly better, especially as you walk, as you run, as you stand. And the cool thing about these muscles is when you strengthen these muscles, it generates tone. And when you add tone to muscles, that means they're turned on a little bit more all day long. So this is the type of exercise you can just do this exercise once, twice, 3 times a day for 30 seconds or so each time. And then eventually what will happen over time is you'll notice that your walk feels stronger and less painful, and standing up from the couch feels stronger and less painful. So it's just an amazing exercise. If you guys like this exercise, then check out workoutwarriors.com. We give people 3 workouts a week, every single week for free. We do exercises like this that are simple on the joints, that teach your body how to move properly. I'll see you in the next video, and I really hope you love this drill for fixing your knee pain, and I'll see you later.